Hey, welcome to Stained Glass. Thanks for tuning in to our first episode. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how we got to where I wanted to have a podcast and that kind of thing. This is kind of going to be an introductory, I guess, since it's our first episode. We're going to kind of touch on a few things, just, I don't know, just whatever the Lord lays on our heart today is kind of where we're going to go. Really don't have anything particular in mind. Going to share a little bit with you about where we got the name of it, why we're doing what we're doing, and what the podcast is going to be about, and we'll dive in a little deeper as we go. But as I said, welcome to Stained Glass. This is our first episode, and we want everybody to know, just come as you are. We're all broken here. Came up with the name of Stained Glass for the simple fact of looking at a piece of stained glass. Um, I don't know, in my mind, when I look around at us as a whole, as us as a people, we're all broken. If anybody says that they're not broken and they've not been through something that has broke them, well, quite frankly, they're full of crap. Everything in life is tough. You have learning curves. We do get broken. We get jagged. We get jaded. We get all of the things, but every day the Lord seems to pick us back up and put us right back together, and we end up being so much more beautiful than what we were to start with. So that's kind of where stained glass came from. Like I said, come as you are because we're all broken here. Got Julie Epps here with me today. Tell everybody, hey, Julie.
Hey.
So this is one of my best friends. She is my person. That's what we tell each other. So I got to meet Julie, what, 9 years ago? Something like that, 9, 10 years ago. Her and her husband were led to our church. He was our pastor. Um, they were in an accident a little over 8 months ago, and the Lord saw fit to call Shane home. But I have to say that I'm mighty thankful that He left Julie here for me. We've had this conversation several times. You know, I don't think anybody realizes or knows a lot of times when we go through stuff why we're left here. I know there's times that I've questioned that myself. You know, Lord, what'd you leave me here for?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what do you have for me to do for somebody else? And I don't know. There's your dry spells that you go through that you're not sure why, but um, I don't know what I would do without you. So I'm just putting that out there. You give me a lot of encouragement. Um, I see a lot of grace in you. I see grace when I know that I'm struggling and I'm trying to find grace. So I'm glad you're here. And I know they're glad you're here. They're going to get to know you and they're going to be super glad that you're here because you got a big story and a big testimony too to share. So, just to give you a little background, that's kind of that's where me and Julie are. But to give you a little background on the podcast, so the Lord got after me about 2 years ago at an event called the Horseman's Mission. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar, but it is an event that is held once a year, and it's in Millersburg, Ohio. If you've never heard of it, I encourage you to go look it up. Yes, it is a horse sale. Most of you know that I'm with Prime Choice Auctions. I own Prime Choice Auctions, and that's what I do is the online bidding portion for horse auctions, and that's what most of you see me with. But I had the opportunity to go and work at the Horseman's Mission, which I had known the Rabers for years, but never in that capacity. So I understood after I got there that it was a mission from the Lord. Like it had nothing to do with the sale. So it just worked out. My husband, he wasn't able to go. So my friend Allie, she went with me. We go to Millersburg. This event goes on from Wednesday, I believe it is. I think the colt starting stuff is on Wednesday. It goes from Wednesday to the sale Saturday. And then it also rolls over into church on Sunday. So we get there on Thursday. The colt starting stuff was already going on, whatever. Well, they have, I don't know really how to describe it. I don't know what you would call it. If you've ever been like to the Dixie Stampede or something like that, it's a horse event like that. And, but it's all based around Christ. All these people are out there doing different horse related events but their testimony, like they're able to talk, like there's somebody that's telling, how they got where they are, what horses have done for them, how it's led them to the Lord, this, that, and the other.
Oh.
Guys, when I tell you that, like, I was covered in glory bumps from the bottom of my toes to the top of my head for 2.5 hours and sit there and cried, Allie and I both, we were in completely in awe. So we didn't go Friday because we had tickets for Thursday. Didn't go Friday night. We went out and kind of looked around Millersburg, got us something to eat, whatever. Sale comes Saturday. Go to the sale. Everything's great. You could still feel the Lord. Not the setting that you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not going to say it's not
It's a horse
prevalent,
setting.
but it's a horse.
Yeah.
Right, it's a horse sale. So you're not, it's not like you're going to church or, and I know that God shows up in unlikely places, but you could feel him. Like it was the craziest thing I've ever experienced in my life. So we go back to the room, go to bed, we get up, and we go to Ray and Ruby's the next day for Cowboy Church. I've been to Cowboy Church before, which it's just like a regular church service, except you're in a barn and it's come as you are, however.
Yeah.
Wow. One of the best services I have ever been in my life. Allie got touched. She went up. I got touched. I went up. Nobody could do anything but cry. There ended up, I don't remember the exact number, but we had to leave to come back home because we had like a 7-hour trip home, or however many hours it was. I think it's right at 7 hours. So we had that trip back home. That night after we had left, and we were there several hours after church was over. They fed us and everything afterwards, and everybody was just hanging out. Like the kids were playing volleyball. Like it was just, I don't know, it was where you wanted to be. Like you didn't want to leave. So Allie and I leave and come home. Well, I don't remember if it was Ray or Ruby, but I let somebody know that we were home, that we had gotten home safe. And they responded with a text message. What the exact wordage was now, I don't know, but they responded with a text message that there was multiple young people that got saved after we had left. This was hours after the church service was over. So their whole mission, their whole hope, their whole prayer was that they could touch people, that the Lord would use them as vessels for them to be able to lead people, lead people to Christ at a horse sale. So they were Amish before. They had left the Amish because they felt restrained in their, they felt bound in their religion. It wasn't, they wanted to be more for Christ, but they couldn't do what they felt like they needed to do. So they had a calling that was bigger than where they were. So they, they moved forward. They go with this. And I mean, they are people around the world. I mean, there are people literally from all around the world that I have met that have been at this thing. Wow. People from Australia. There was a guy there. I don't remember exactly the country that he was from. Somewhere over a Spanish country somewhere. I know you guys are probably laughing at me on this podcast deal, but I don't know what the name of the country was. But I do know that he was of Spanish descent. He wasn't, and that's his original. I mean, that's where he's from. It's where he lives. I've met people from California, Florida, Texas, New York, Maine. I mean, everywhere. And they're all getting to experience the Lord in the most unlikely place. So, during this, the Lord starts working on me. Have I ever wanted to do a podcast? No. It's never anything I even thought about doing, like, I'm not, someone wants to listen to me talk. I mean, so we're sitting there, and me and Kevin, and I don't remember, I think Leon, and we were all kind of doing, it was during the preview, and we were doing this banner back and forth, just kind of talking to each other about what was going on and talking about the horses and this kind of stuff. And it hits me. And it's like, it was like the Lord was talking to me, and He's like, you need to do this. You need to do this. When I tell you I have ran for 2 years. Yeah. I have skipped rocks. I've ran. I've tried to like run out in front of cars over this deal. I mean, not physically, but you know what I mean? Like I have tried to like squish this any way that I can. And I feel like, I feel stupid now because I have all this time. But I've been afraid, like, this is not my normal. This is not what I do.
It's not in your comfort zone.
No, it's completely like,
Right.
no, not comfortable at all.
Mhm.
So there was little things here and there that would like, it was so prevalent. Well, I just walk away from it. Yet again, so prevalent, walk away. So 4 weeks ago, I think it was 4 weeks ago, you correct me if I'm wrong. It was either 3 or 4 weeks ago on Wednesday night.
Mhm.
We've been studying in the parables at church
Yeah.
for what, 2 months, I guess now, maybe?
Probably.
Maybe a little more.
Mhm.
So I want to say it was 4 weeks ago this Wednesday, but like I said, I could be wrong. We were in the parable of the talents.
Mhm.
And for those of you that don't know about that one, so the Lord, he's got 3 men and not himself, like he's working through somebody. And I'm not good at names. If you guys are looking at a podcast for a Bible scholar, you're at the wrong place.
Mhm.
So you probably should cut this off and go somewhere else. I'm a sinner. I'm a Christian. I'm not a saint, but I'm
Saved by grace.
I'm saved by grace, and that's I'm not perfect. So if you're looking for somebody that's gonna quote you this and make it all theological, you're in the wrong
You'll
place.
get it here.
You're not. You're not. You're gonna be real sad when you get. So anyway, we were talking about the talents. So there's these 3 guys. He gives one, I think was it 4 talents? He gives the first one 4 talents.
Mhm.
He gives the second one 3 talents. He gives the third guy 1. So the first guy, he's got 4. He takes his 4. He brings back 8. The second guy, he's got 3. He multiplies his twice. He brings back 6. So then we're left with this one little fella, and he takes his home and he buries it.
Mhm.
And when he does, the Lord's speaking to him, and he's like, "What? What have you done?
Mhm.
What have you done for me? I gave you this, and you have done nothing with it. You
Mhm.
took it home and hid it.
Yeah.
What was the point?" So then he cast him into the darkness, and then there was wailing and gnashing of teeth.
Mhm.
Well, that hit me some
Mhm.
type of way because here I have been like out here running as hard as I can
Away from
and
his.
being rogue, away from everything he kept drawing me to.
Mhm.
And it was like if the Lord could have hit me with a skillet, an iron skillet that was hot, probably.
Mhm.
It was plastered against my forehead that Wednesday night. And it was like it just floored me.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's like, what are you doing? You got to do this.
Mhm.
He's telling you to. He's asking you to. There's somebody out there that's going to gain something from this.
Yeah.
What I'm doing, I'm not sure. We don't know what we're doing.
Mhm.
But we're out here doing what the Lord's laid on our heart
Yeah.
to do. And there was something else that we kind of talked on after that, because of course I went straight to Julie that night at church and we started talking about it. And she was like, "Yeah, I'll do it with you. Something else that has came up time and time again since then, the Lord, he shows you stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And it was like, you hear people say, "Well, I gotta fix some stuff before I come to the Lord," or I can't go to God's house with with this baggage.
Mhm.
Like, what am I supposed to do?
He says, "Come as you are."
He says, "Come as you are, the weary and the heavy laden." He didn't tell you to go to the dump and clean your car out first.
Yeah.
He wants to help you go through that trash because there's a lot of what we throw away and we throw down and we leave behind that we shouldn't throw away, that we
Right.
shouldn't leave behind, that we shouldn't walk away from.
Mhm.
Because everybody has a past. I have a past, you have a past, everybody that's listening has a past.
Mhm.
That past is what makes us where we are today.
Right.
There's so much to be thankful for that we don't even realize that we're thankful for
Mhm.
until it's too late most
Right.
of the time. Like there's all these times that we could take all our brokenness that we have, all of that broken glass, put it in a jar. You don't have to be put back together right then.
Mhm.
Put it in a jar, carry it with you. Wait until the Lord's ready to make your mosaic. And he will. He'll show you where he wants you. He'll show you
And
what
he'll
he
make it
needs
more
you.
beautiful.
And he will. He makes it, I mean, everything is more beautified.
Mhm.
So this past Monday, here's another little deal to the solidification that
Yeah.
I knew that I was doing the right thing. I sit here and even after I had already committed that I was doing this,
Mhm.
I still waited a few days to make my post on Facebook because I was like, am I sure? Have I lied to myself? Have I lied to the Lord? Am I going to have to go back and say I'm sorry again? Nope, I'm not going to do it. So I went ahead and I made my post on Facebook and told people
So
what
you're
we were doing.
dedicated.
So I'm dedicated, you
Mhm.
know. So then Monday, a friend of mine, we helped her and her husband move from the Lumberton area to South Carolina.
Mhm.
We hauled their horses and stuff for them. So they come to Lumberton to see us from time to time, which they were there. So they bring some other friends with them. They introduce me to them. I start talking to them. Well, it's their pastor and his wife,
Mhm.
and they ride horses and stuff with them. Julie, we're sitting there and we're talking, and I started sharing about the podcast because I don't know, after I made that post on Facebook, I started getting excited.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm not nervous or scared because I am, but it made me more excited. So
Yeah.
I started sharing about it. The pastor's wife, she's like, "You've got to be kidding me." And I said, "No." I said, about what?" She said, "I've been doing a women's ministry. I can't remember the length of time she's been doing it. Hers is on stained glass.
Wow.
And what she teaches on is come as you are. We're all broken here." And she said she had been, they had been learning and teaching on come all ye to me that are, heavy laden and weary, or weary and heavy laden.
Mhm.
And I just started crying.
Mhm.
It was like, the Lord just said, "Hello, I have heard everything that you have said.
Mhm.
Nothing has
Wow.
went on deaf ears. You're in the right direction." So I shared all of that just to kind of give you guys just a little bit of backstory on what I don't know what the plan is. I don't know what God has in store, but while we're doing what we're doing, um, I don't ever a concern that I have because of things that I've been through in my life is to feel like you're alone
Oh yeah.
and to feel like you're singled out.
Mhm.
There's nothing that you go through that somebody else don't understand.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that that every situation that you go through, there's somebody that knows exactly what your shoes are like, but you're never alone.
Never.
There's nothing that you can do that's so bad that the Lord will not meet you where you
Mhm.
are. You don't have to come out of a particular place to find Him. He knows you.
Right.
He knew you before you were made in the womb.
Mhm.
He knows every step you're going to take. He knows every misstep we're going to take. He knows the path that we're going to go down.
Mhm.
He knows all of that.
Because he goes ahead of us.
He does. He goes ahead of us and he makes sure that we have the right routes that we need.
Mhm.
He knows the routes that we're going to take. He knows how bumpy the roads are going to be. He knows how muddy and murky the water's going to be. It's also our choice to choose how deep the mud is and how murky the water is. It's our choice how big the potholes are. You, no matter what you go through, no matter how bad it is, it's our responsibility, I feel like, to ourselves and to Him for us to learn from what we go through.
Right.
You might not learn straight out the gate.
Mhm.
Like, it may be 15 years down the road before you have your answers. But I feel like it's it's a blessing from Him, but it's also our duty to Him for us to learn from what we've been through so
Right.
we can go forward. If we don't go through things, we can't help each other.
Right. Absolutely.
It's it's a I don't know.
It's a learning process.
It is
Basically.
a huge learning process.
Mhm.
And if you're not learning, you're not living right. If you're not making mistakes, you're not living right. And that's one thing that drives me crazy, like, I don't know, people expect you because you're a Christian. And I know that it's just the devil. I know that it's
Mhm.
just the devil. Because there was only one perfect soul that walked this earth.
Mhm. That's
We're not
Jesus
supposed to be
himself.
perfect. Correct.
Right.
Jesus, he, our Lord and Savior, He sent His only Son
Mhm.
to be in the flesh,
Mhm.
to walk on this earth for us,
Mhm.
for nobody else, for us. Not only did He send Him here for us to be washed in the blood, But the teachings to show us how not to be in the flesh.
Right.
There's not an emotion that we have that Jesus didn't feel.
Mm-hmm.
The sinful part comes in how you handle that emotion that you have. Yeah, you can be mad. Are you going to go out and kill somebody? No.
No.
I mean, you can be mad and handle it, and it's okay. You have anger. You can be sad. Do you need to go off the deep end and do something crazy? No.
No.
That's where that's our responsibility, in my opinion. For us to be able to minister to somebody else.
To get help from the Lord.
Yes, to get help from the Lord. And what I was getting to with that, it drives me crazy when you see people like, just out and about in your daily life, and people are judgmental because you're a Christian. Well, you're not perfect. I never claimed to be.
Never meant to be.
I wasn't meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
We're all short every day. We fall short every day. We have shortcomings every day. He doesn't expect us to be perfect. We are imperfect. That's why I seek him.
Right.
Have I sought him every time I should have? No. There's been times I've been at the very bottom and I've grabbed at everything around me except for him.
Same.
And I think that's only normal.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's because you look for something. You look for something that's tangible. I guess
you do.
That's real, and that's something you can actually grab to. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, because when you're looking for the Lord, you can feel him, you can hear him, you can see. I mean, if you look, you can see what he does. But it's so much easier when you have something you can get a hold of. Like
Right.
when you can look at somebody face to face, when you can feel somebody, when you have something to hold on to, when you have a voice on the other end of the phone. Sometimes that's not what we need.
Sometimes you just need to be still.
You do need to be still, and you need to stand on it. My aunt tells me that all the time. Honey, just stand on it. Just be still and stand on it. Do you know how aggravated I have gotten in my life being still and standing on something? I'm over here trying to moonwalk in a square because I'm like, okay, guys, I'm trying to be as still as possible, but this is not working.
Yeah, it's hard to be still.
It is very hard.
Yes. I remember going to a friend's, and this just been a month or so ago, and I've been going to grief counseling, and he said to ask God what he wants you to do. Ask God what he wants you to do. Ask him. Well, my phone wouldn't connect to my car so I could listen to my music. It wouldn't connect. I'm thinking, okay, I hear you. Let's talk.
Yeah.
So I talked, and asked him, what do you want me to do? And of course I don't know yet, but I did talk to him all the way over there. And but I think things like that happen, so you will, because your distraction is like turned to towards him, basically.
Yeah.
So
the other part that goes along with that is his timing. Oh, do we ever have that screwed up?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know
We
about
want it
you.
our time.
That's right. I want it right now. Like I want it like Burger King. I want it to have it your way.
And win.
And win. Like and I don't care what age you are.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're 21 or you're 75. We've gotten so used. Or 4. Yeah, 4 years. Yeah. Oh, yeah, 4.
Yeah, I want it now.
I want it right now. And everybody. I mean, there's no, if anybody says they're not guilty of that, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody is in a now generation. You go to a restaurant, they bring your food right then.
Well, yeah, and
you order something,
everything's so accessible.
Yes, you order something on Amazon. Oh my gosh, you've got Prime. It's on your doorstep the next day.
Yep.
I mean, you go to Walmart. If they don't have it, you don't need it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like everything is so easily accessible to our fingertips. Everything we don't need. The things that we do need, things that you need take time.
Yeah.
Okay. You're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you don't have anything quick, it's going to take somebody a hot minute to whip you up a good meal. You know what I mean?
So,
It's not like, oh my gosh, I've opened up the refrigerator and it just hopped out
well,
hot.
there it is.
No, it don't work that
Mm-mm.
way. Anything that's any good for you takes a little bit of
Right.
time. And I had a friend of mine, I was having a really hard time. I was struggling.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget one thing that they told me. Iron sharpens iron.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're supposed to do every day.
Mm-hmm.
As friends, as acquaintances, whatever. You're supposed to be there to build one another up.
Right.
When you're having a hard time and you are face down and you don't know which way is up, you need somebody that's going to be there, that's even in the times that you need to be told something you don't want to be told.
Right.
You need somebody with their hand out that's willing to take you through that, that's willing to take you through the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know about you guys, but if you've ever watched anything about forging, there is nothing that does not go through a heated, hot, hammering, beaten, molding process.
Right.
And then it has to be quenched and it has to be reheated. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We go through a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, there is something in the Bible that says about the gold processing process, or the making of the
Yeah.
gold. There's a process because it has to be heated. It has to be heated to a certain temperature, and then, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that.
And it's we I think sometimes we forget, we choose to forget
Mm-hmm.
all of the hot, all of the hard,
Mm-hmm.
all of the bad, the knee crawling times that that we all go through. I'm not saying they're all the same, but to a degree they are,
Mm-hmm.
because you're at a place to where you feel like you're rock bottom. Your rock bottom and my rock bottom are two different places.
Yeah.
Our rock bottoms are made for us because the Lord knows when we hit that certain point, we're gonna fold.
Mm-hmm.
Folding is the best thing in the world sometimes, because you're at that point, you're at that melting point, you're
Yeah.
at that heat where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
But then we have to look for Him.
Yeah. And the Psalm 23 says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow, it doesn't have to be the shadow of death. It doesn't have to be the shadow of financial needs. It doesn't have to be anything. I mean, it's the valley of the shadow.
Yeah.
You have to go through a valley
You do.
to get to your mountaintop.
You do.
You have to.
And you
I ain't there yet. I ain't there. I ain't to my mountain yet. But
sometimes I wonder, like, when you go through those valleys and you hit a peak and you're like, oh my gosh, like this, I think I'm where I'm supposed to be. And then all at once it's like right back down at the
slide
bottom.
right back down.
You weren't at the right place.
Yeah.
We have peaks and we have more valleys till
We have little tiny peaks.
We do.
And then we go back to the valley. Then
yes.
Then He lets us see the real picture.
He does. And you're gonna and that's part of it.
The real picture is heaven.
The real picture is heaven. And that's what we're all working towards.
Mm-hmm.
And
I am.
Yes. And that's one thing I have felt led to share about, that's been my main thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is no, if you're coming to church and you think you're perfect, you're doing it all wrong.
Yeah.
He wants you where you are.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to meet you where you are. No matter what you've done, no matter what you've been through, you can always fix what's before you.
Mm-hmm.
We have a past to be able to have a future.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got to have a solid rock to stand on,
right,
to pave your future.
Mm-hmm.
If not, if you're on the sinking sand, well, have anybody ever watched a Western before?
Quicksand.
Quicksand, it's going to suck you up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what happens to us.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be careful where you look for. You've got to be careful where you go. But God don't expect us to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
He don't want us to be perfect. He don't want us to be judgmental. We don't need a judge here. He is our judge.
Mm-hmm.
It's not up to me to judge you.
No.
What you do, I'm going to love you regardless because you're my friend.
Right.
That's what we're called to do.
Mm-hmm.
We're not called to hate each other. We're not called to be mean to one another. We're called to love one another. Now,
yeah, we have to pull the limb out of our eyes to
we do.
to see.
We
to
do.
see the. I mean, it's judging. You just don't.
You can't do that.
You can't.
Now, is it my responsibility for me to tell you if you're doing something wrong? And I know that it's biblically wrong, or I know that it's wrong, period.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I know that where you're standing at over there doing your Michael Jackson dance, you're going to get hit by the Amtrak. Yeah, I'm coming to tell you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, we're supposed to look out for one another.
Right.
We're not supposed to be judgmental.
We're called to love.
We are called to love.
To be Jesus.
We are. We're made in His likeness. That was my whole this has been my whole driving point for doing this. I want everybody to know that no matter where you are, He will come and meet you.
He will.
And no matter what you've been through, there is nothing that you can do that is so bad that you can't change and move forward.
Right. You can choose a different path.
You can
That's
choose
what
a
Shane
different
always
path.
said. Choose a different path.
It's up to you.
Because the path is narrow.
It is. It is.
The path to Him is narrow.
Yeah. And it's our responsibility, you know, when you see somebody that's down, I want to carry you. Like I need to be carried sometimes. When I hit a low spot, you know this, I hit low.
I do too.
I am not I'm not a, oh my goodness, I'm having a hard time, but I'll be back in 5 minutes and I'm going to be okay. No, no. I fall apart. It's ugly. I'm searching for everything that I can.
Yes.
I cry.
Ugly cry.
Oh yes. I scream. I don't understand.
Done that.
I'm not I'm a very encouraging person, but when it comes to me, I don't encourage myself well.
I don't either.
That's my main that's my whole main thing.
My thing is I'm stupid and I can't do anything right.
You're not stupid, but I understand that feeling.
Yeah,
because I do. I just feel like I'm dumb.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, okay, well that's fine. I'm just done. I'm just done.
Yeah.
Then I shut myself off.
Me same.
But when I shut myself off, I've cut everything off. And then there I am, alone, looking around thinking, what have I done to myself? Right. And I don't want nobody that's listening out there, I don't want you to feel that way. You're not alone. We've all been there. And I want you guys to, you know, my plan is to record like once a week. And I want you guys to know that you have a place to come. If you need somebody to pray for you, if there's a topic that you want us to talk about, that you want us to touch on,
send a message.
Send us a message and let us know.
Send us a prayer request.
Yes, we want to be sure that you're heard, that you're not alone, that you know that you've got somebody out there that understands, somebody out there that'll hold your hand, somebody out there that you've got to pray with you, somebody out there that you can physically see that'll try to help meet you where you are. Because that's important to me, is meeting somebody where they are, because I know the struggles that I've been through. I've been in places before where I feel like nobody would want to go. And you're sitting there in the dark by yourself. And you're like, what am I supposed to do now? Nobody has all the answers. But having somebody there to make you understand that you're not alone is an answer.
It is.
To know that there's that grace out there. To know that there's that mercy out there. And we all need grace and mercy. We don't deserve it.
Seen it.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen it. I mean, I know you probably think it's crazy, and I wasn't on any medication or anything after I come off from the hospital, but I swear to you, I saw it covering me, and because I heard Him say, "I've got you."
Yeah. And
I saw it covering me, and I knew that that's the only thing that keeps me going is the grace of God.
Yeah. Well, you know, your situation and what I went through with my husband are different, but the same in some aspect.
Yeah.
And I know it's really, really hard. In your position, you were in the same position as Shane for a while.
Yeah.
You both were not able. In mine, I was there doing everything that I could, but all I could do was pray.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty scary when you're sitting in a hospital room by yourself, looking at the person that you love,
The
and you
most in the
have
world.
no control.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we have any control over anything anyway, but like when you drive your car, or you have your car keys, or you're working on your computer, or you're looking at the TV, or you're raising your children, you do have control over the environments that you're in. You do have some type of handle on it.
Mm-hmm.
When you're sitting there and everything is going every direction but the direction that you feel like it should go, you're just reeling. You're trying to find
Yeah.
everything. But it's when you least expect it, when you do find the grace, when you do see the mercy, when you hear the Lord. A lot of the times the reasons I don't hear him is because I'm loud.
I'm the same.
I don't shut up.
Or it's loud around you, you know?
Everything's loud around
Mhm.
you. The devil is constantly
Even
trying
your
to make
thought,
it
yeah,
loud.
your thought process is loud.
Have you ever just sat in silence before and listened to how loud silence is? You can hear your heartbeat in your ears.
Yes.
You can hear your thoughts.
It's weird.
It's super weird.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of quiet when you can hear the Lord, though. But it makes us uncomfortable because it's not comforting to hear that pin drop silence.
But you've got to make the time for it.
You do.
You know, and I think that's a lot of my issues is that I don't make the time that I should for him that he takes for me. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah, because I mean, it's all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
But I think another thing too that people get hung up on, and I mean, again, like I said, if you're looking for something that's, being a theologian, you're in the wrong place. This is just
Raw.
it's just raw, and we're all the same in that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
We all have the same struggles.
Right.
But it's really hard, you hear people, it does call you in the Bible to go to God's house to find people, to find other Christians, to find people they're like him, to
Where
find
two or
people that are
three are
like you.
gathered, there I
Where
am in the
two or
midst. Mm-hmm.
exactly, where two or three are gathered, the Lord's there.
Yeah.
He's in the midst. But I think we get so. I know that there's a lot of quote unquote Christians that have pushed people away from church
Mm-hmm.
because they are holier than thou.
Yes.
They're better than you.
Mm-hmm.
They shop at Neiman Marcus. That's the only place that they go. You see them in their leisure
Best. Mm-hmm.
suits, and their hair's done and their nails are done, and they're just they're carrying their Jimmy
They get
Choo
up every
bag or
morning
whatever.
and read their Bible at 4:30 in the morning,
Oh yeah, and they go
and
run
then
and all
yeah,
of these things.
yeah,
Um, he didn't. Whoa, there's nothing nowhere that says that's what it's like.
mm-hmm.
I find myself a lot of times while I'm riding down the road,
Mm-hmm.
I get just as close with the Lord there, or in my bathtub, or sitting
Yeah.
right here where me and you are right
Mm-hmm.
now. And sometimes I hear him louder when I'm alone.
Oh yeah.
Church is not for you to go and that be the only place that you find the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Church is a place for you to go to get fed,
Mm-hmm.
to learn.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a place where you should feel judged. It's
Nope.
not a place where you feel like you should be on eggshells.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a place where you feel like that you should be somebody different than who you are.
Right. I know. I've told them a lot of times what they see at church, they see at home. I mean, I'm the
I'm
same.
me all the
I am
time.
too.
Um, it's like that T-shirt. I love Jesus, but sometimes I cuss. And I'm not perfect.
No, nobody's
I
perfect.
mean, in any, I mean, I don't, I'm not going to try to put on some type of air that I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I am me. I am real. Every time you see me, I'm going to be the
I
same
know.
way, unless, yes, I am. I'm a female. I know y'all know that, but perimenopause has a deal going on over here,
Yeah.
and there might be a time where you see me, and I just want to Judy chop you in the throat for absolutely no reason.
Yes.
Can I tell you why I want to punch you? Or
Yeah.
no, I can't. But give me 10 minutes. Let me get through my hot flash, and I'll be back, and I'm
Yeah.
fine. I can't help it
I
though.
know.
But I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that I love that about me. I want somebody to be real with me.
Right.
I want somebody to be raw with me. If I have to wonder if you're being yourself or if you're going to be that way next time and you're inconsistent, I don't want you.
I know.
I can't handle
I know
that.
people like that, and I don't like. It's just weird.
It is. It's weird and it drives me
Mm-hmm.
batty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how are you supposed to get comfortable enough for me to be able to share anything with you and for you to be able to help me?
Mm-hmm.
You have to be real. You have to be consistent. You have to be yourself.
Yep.
That's what God calls us to do. He calls us to be in his image. He don't call us to be perfect.
Mm-mm.
He calls us to love one another. Love hurts sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Love is painful.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
If you think that it's all cupcakes and warm hugs and
Kissy, kissy.
it's not. Love is painful.
Mm-hmm.
Love hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Love causes growth. All of the things that feel perfect that there's like, oh, well, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
If somebody's not on your toes and somebody's not making you accountable for the choices that you make and what you do, there's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we need each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're supposed to be who we are.
Right.
That's why we're supposed to be real. We're supposed to be raw. We're supposed to be honest. And those that know me, I can be overly honest and I can be blunt to a fault.
Hey.
It's not that I don't love you. If I'm being that honest with you, I do care about you.
Right.
If I feel close enough to you to share with you, I really think a lot of you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's we really didn't have a plan today,
Mm-hmm.
other than to just kind of give you a little taste of what this is going to be
A
like,
little background of what. Yeah.
a little background of what we
How-
are, who we are. I've told you my part, and see if Julie wants to share anything with you today. You want to tell anything about your background?
Well, I'm a sinner saved by grace.
Yeah.
Saved when I was 12, and um, grew up in a house with two loving parents, and went to church, and got a wonderful God fearing brother. Um, but I fell short of him, and Shane and I were dating high school, and um, broke up with Shane, and then went away from God for a while, and thank God it was only for a year, but it's like the Sunday school teacher that I had, and this is how God works through people. If you're here for Sunday school for the next 6 Sundays, we will have a party. She was fantastic. So I thought, crap, I'm gonna have cake
I'm having a party.
and eat it too.
Yeah.
I'm having a party. Well, I knew all those people. I grew up with all those people in my Sunday school class. I was there 6 Sundays. We had a party. It's great. It was great. And I came back, and I mean, I didn't live according to the way I should have. Like, you fall short. You fall short every day.
Yeah.
And but came back, and of course Shane and I got married, and wonderful, wonderful life, marriage, kids, struggles. I think every marriage has those, and
Oh yeah.
Shane, um, we went through struggles with all three of the kids. Just issues. It's not anything bad, not anything.
Just normal struggles.
Just normal
Mhm.
struggles, and kids going off to college, and and then my oldest, turned his back on God basically, and that's probably a story in itself, but it brings you back around to being on your knees more, being prostrate in the floor, and I have been. I've laid in the floor praying for my child, crying out to God, to move, because his heart, God, just moving his life, and then you face struggles with each child. They're all different. Um, but and then Shane went through his midlife crisis, and it wasn't a midlife crisis like, other women are
Right.
buying big things. It was just
A tough time.
his need to be with me. I mean, like, see me, and it's just like being away from each other. All he thought was that he was a paycheck.
Right.
That we, because I stayed at home, he was just a paycheck, and that's all we needed was his paycheck and to take the garbage, basically. But and stuff like that. That was weird because we argued a lot in that time, but through that brought us closer to God, brought us closer to each other.
Yep.
Where we talked a lot. The kids were gone to camp, and well, the girls were. I think Zach was at school, or I don't remember where he was, but might have been at camp too. But it brought us closer together where we could work through things better. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But we, thank God, made it through that. It was just a couple months, but
A couple months can be a long time when it's like
it
that.
felt like a forever.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where I didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to not be with him.
Right.
But we made us stronger.
Thank God
as a
for
couple.
Seasons.
Huh?
Thank God for seasons.
Yes, that they pass.
Yes,
that they pass.
That they pass.
But of course, now you're in another season, and when he passed, that's another season.
Yeah.
That's you've been with somebody for 40 years. You wonder how do you do life?
Everything's different.
How do you? I have questions.
Yeah.
I have questions, and he's always my Bible go-to.
Yeah.
Look, when you think your prayers are just bouncing off the ceiling, do I still keep praying? And then he says, the Bible says to pray without ceasing, and he hears you. But it's weird because the next day my devotion will be, I hear you.
Yeah.
So, God reassures me that he hears me, but I don't have him here to answer my tough questions.
Yeah.
I don't have his arms, when I'm sick or, and that's tough. And it's a tough season right now is the toughest season of my life.
Yeah. I can't imagine.
That I would never want to wish on anybody because it sucks. It truly sucks when you've lost the one person in your life that you love more than anybody.
Well, and I mean, like, you haven't lost your dad.
No.
But we've both lost our moms.
Uh-huh.
I've lost my dad also. And, losing both of my parents were hard.
Yeah.
They were both very different.
Uh-huh.
One was super fast and unexpected. The other one was sick, and it was a drawn out process. Yeah. I don't understand exactly where you are because my husband's at the barn right now.
Right.
But I know what it feels like to think that you're going to lose the person that you picked.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of love.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that you have picked. Somebody that's picked you back. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's very easy to pick somebody and you not be picked back.
Well, the thing is that Shane and I were dated in high school. 2 years, a month, and 2 days. That was, and then we broke up. I broke up with him. I had never dated anybody else but him in high school. And then, you know, you want to see what it's like to date somebody else. But it's like we were just like destined to be together because God put him in a place where I could see him, and he put him in that place where I could see him, and put my friend in the car where she could see him. She hollered at him to come over to the car, and I'm like, "What are you doing? You know, sit down. I'm, you know, we're broke up. I don't, you know, but it's weird how things work together for good.
Yeah, they do.
You know, and I've always told my kids, you know, through bad things, I said he's put us together for this moment.
Yep.
He put me and Shane together for this moment.
That's right.
And God, I mean, I chose him. He chose me. But God put us together
Sure did.
because he knew. I mean, he's my forever.
Yeah.
He's my forever, and
Well, there's another what you just said. God put us together for this moment.
yeah.
God knew that he was going to use us for the betterment of his kingdom at some point. Now, with me saying that, I don't mean like, oh boy, we're going to do some stuff. I don't know.
We're going to change the world.
Yeah, we're like Pinky and the Brain over here. What are we going to do today, Pinky? Change, you know, take over the world, I thought. But guys, we appreciate you. We appreciate you hopping on. We appreciate you listening to us. Hope you get a blessing from it. Like I said, I'm gonna try to record a podcast every week. You'll get to hear this lady more than once. I'm hoping that maybe the Lord puts her in the direction that she would like to be on here some with us. If you have a story that you want to share, that you want to be on the podcast, you don't have to be here where we are to make it happen. If you're somewhere where I am and you have something that you want to share, we can certainly make it happen.
But we're here to do the work of the Lord, and like Victoria said, I mean, we're here to let God use us, basically.
Yeah.
And if it reaches one person,
yes,
it helps one person, something that's said, something, a prayer request, something, whatever. I mean, then I think that's
then we've done what we were supposed to do.
And that's God's will. So,
yep, it is.
But that's the only reason that and I know Victoria. I know her heart, and I know what kind of person she is. She's my person. But
likewise,
I know. But and I mean, and I know that her heart is to do good for God, and that's the reason that He laid this on her heart. So, you know, pray for us. Pray for Victoria that that this reaches many people, and you know, for the good.
Yeah, I just pray that we go in the right direction, guys, and we'd love to have you on this journey with us. So we're going to close out this episode. Like I said, this is going to be raw. We're not going to edit this all to pieces. It's going to be exactly what it's supposed to be, because I feel like that's what we should be. We should be raw. We should be real. We should be open. We should be who we are. And come as you are, because we're all broken here. We appreciate you being on here with us. Stay tuned for episode 2. And this is all for episode 1 for Stained Glass. And this is all for episode 1 for Stained Glass.